Guys, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. Incredible things happened to me. I myself cannot make sense of all that happened. Basically, you remember that guy, the gangster, Mexican gangster who robbed me last Monday. That guy. I wanted to preach to him, so I went out looking for him. I wandered across the streets of London for 3 days until I got to the Mexican ghetto, one of the most dangerous spots in UK. It was dark, no one's around, but I was following this mystical sound. I entered a house, went down the stairs, opened the basement door. And what I found is a party full of people dancing, girls, beautiful girls, rivers of alcohol flowing, drugs. Of course, I felt a little tempted. I thought, wow, myself, I want to have fun. And all of a sudden, a girl, a beautiful girl, Mexican girl, tribal princess, that's how I call her, tribal princess. She approached me. She immediately fell in love with me. And I too fell in love with her. She gave me this hat, Mexican hat, original from Ciudad de Mexico. So, this is a sign of her love. I haven't taken this hat off since then. Not even for sleeping, not even at night. I always wear it. In fact, at night, rather than lying down on a bed, I simply hang myself on ropes. And I sleep like that. That is austerity, because for her, I would do anything. In this way, this tapasya, this austerity, allows me to keep my mind fixed on her. Always think of her. And that gives me the highest pleasure. Anyway, going back to the story, I entered this basement, the party's there, the girl comes. But something else happened. Another figure on my way approaches me. Wonderful, beautiful, handsome personality, long hair, eyes shining, glowing in the dark. He spoke to me, and it felt so intense, so intense. He spoke to me and he says, Sam, follow me. I am the medicine man. He was the medicine man indeed. He was the medicine man. So I follow him, and he took me to the sacred wood, the sacred Mexican wood. And there, a bunch of people is there, we sat in a circle, and we had the medicine, the peyote seance. Peyote seance. We sat down and we took the drug, we took the medicine, and the trip started. All of a sudden, a different dimension I entered, but I cannot tell you what I experienced. You wouldn't understand. But something, yes, something I want to share with you, because you know what? A voice, mystical voice, the monk's voice, Dayal Mora, spoke to me from within. He spoke to me and he told me only 3 mystical words I couldn't make sense of. Enigmatic words. He spoke and he said, Thursday. He said, 7 p.m. And he said, temple. I didn't understand, so I prayed and I meditated for 3 nights. Eventually I made I understood. I had a realization. Tears were flowing from my eyes, and I understood what he wanted to say. His message was clear. Sam, come to the temple, and that's where I am now, on Thursday at 7. And you know, it's Thursday today, and it's 7 right now. So I'm here waiting now. I'm waiting. I don't know, was that just an illusion? Was that voice real? Will Diamora appear now? Or is it just going to be myself? Am I just going crazy? What's going on? What's going on? What's this? What is this noise? What is it? What is it? The light is on and off. What's that? Oh my God. Hello? Hello? It's so dark. What? What was that? Diamora, is it you? You look different. What happened? What did just happen?
I haven't done anything, Sam. And neither have you. Everything's going on by higher authority.
Higher authority. I feel the same. I'm not in control here. This is not me. What's going on?
It's difficult to understand. Nevertheless, since our destinies are so closely intertwined, we have to try to make sense of this. We are but instruments of a higher order. We have a mission, and you are very much part of it.
Please tell me more. I need to understand.
Are you ready to hear what I have to say?
I'm not sure about it, but is there any alternative?
No, our destinies are sure. Shall we sit down?
Let's sit down. You look different. What happened?
I can't really say. Nevertheless, it certainly wasn't some drug-filled hallucination, which is only temporary. Do you remember what I asked you last week?
Yes.
Did you manage to do any of those things that I asked?
Yes, I went. I searched for that guy, the robber, the thug. But I also saw him. I saw him, and my intention was good. I wanted to preach to him, but, you know, as I saw him, so much anger, so much envy, and so much violence came creeping in, you know, and I couldn't. I couldn't forgive him. I want to take revenge. I need to take revenge. Because you know what? This is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is a great inspiration for me. Arjuna was the greatest warrior. And he fought. He stood up and fought against his enemies. And he won the battle. He won it.
It's an interesting understanding of what happened in Bhagavad Gita, in Mahabharata. Arjuna was a great warrior. He was a saintly king. Saintly because he tolerated so much before coming to violence. Surely you must know this.
Yes, I know.
He bore all insult. He bore death, threats, everything on his life. Disgrace, dishonor. Only then did he go to violence. You see, Sam,
Violence.
violence is not the answer.
Violence.
You have, Sam, a higher purpose.
Higher purpose.
Yes, Sam. You
No,
see,
that's just an excuse not to fight.
As Arjuna was a saintly king, you are also saintly. Although we perhaps cannot see it so much now, but your heart is so pure. It's just covered. We have to unlock what is already there. And Krishna has the key.
Krishna. Oh no.
I want to tell you a small story, sir, about a great personality. His name was Jad Bharat.
Oh, Jad Bharat. Yes, I know him. The devotee from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, I'm reading Bhagavatam.
Very impressive. So this personality, Jad Bharat, wasn't an ordinary person.
Great devotee of the Lord.
You see, even though he was so spiritually advanced, he never showed it. He pretended to be dumb, blind, and deaf. And because of that, people ridiculed him. They spat on him. They beat him.
What did he do then?
He didn't respond. He just only was meditating upon...
What a loser.
You're the loser, sir. He was only meditating upon Lord Krishna in the heart. So intensely, what happened to his body was of no importance. At some point, dacoits kidnapped him to make a human sacrifice in front of the goddess Kali. At the moment the chopper was raised to decapitate Jad Bharat, Kali Devi came out of the deity form. With her choppers and swords, she decapitated all the dacoits, drinking their blood from their severed heads.
That's what I like. That's what I'm talking about. Chopping people's heads off. Taking revenge.
Yes.
Killing.
But Jad Bharat, he wasn't like that.
Justice.
Jad Bharat wasn't like that, though. He was very, very peaceful. He didn't take it personally. Instead, he wandered off and was again kidnapped, this time by a king.
I don't know if I like this Jad Bharat. It's too weak for me.
On the contrary, sir, he was so strong. Not only physically, but spiritually also. Because when he met the king ordered him to carry his palanquin. And that's not an easy task. Also, it was difficult because Jad Bharat was so advanced spiritually, he didn't want to step even on an ant. He loved them so much, these innocent creatures.
So much compassion.
Now you're starting to understand.
So much compassion.
Because of him walking in such a wobbly way, the palanquin was shaking and the king was becoming annoyed. He started to shout at Jad Bharat, "What are you doing, you fool? Don't you see I'm the king? Carry the palanquin properly, you foolish man."
Oh, no.
Calling him terrible names.
Did he argue back?
No,
What?
but he did speak.
Oh, yes. What did he say?
He spoke divine wisdom. Atma Tattva explained to the king the difference between the body and the soul, the ultimate goal of life. That in this life, perhaps, he is the king, and Jad Bharat is the palanquin carrier. But in the previous life, perhaps it was the other way round, and in the next life, again, it will be different. The king was amazed. Falling out of his palanquin and bowing down to Jad Bharat, he thanked him so much for the spiritual guidance he had received, because Jad Bharat turned his enemy into his friend.
Enemy turned into a friend.
Because
by
he...
spiritual knowledge.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur once said, "I want only the highest good for my worst enemies."
But this is completely revolutionary. This is paradigm shifting. I've never thought of it in this way. So, you say that to unpack my saintly qualities in heart, rather than fight my enemies, I should try to see them as spirit souls and try to forgive them and see that there is Krishna within their heart. So that means that now I know what I have to do. Now I know what I gotta do. Now I know in my heart I should definitely go out and go back there. Go and find that Mexican thug. Yes, but not to seek revenge. No, not at all. What I have to do It's the opposite. What I have to do is the opposite. I'm gonna share with him the greatest treasure that was ever given to me. Spiritual life. Krishna consciousness. Yeah, that is my mission. And if you wanna know more, stay tuned. See you next Monday.